Just like this little dirty little bass line.
I don't fucking care. Can we move on to a new segment, please?
Welcome to Just Two Fans, a sports show about sports,
Obviously.
about life,
Because sports are life.
and about just whatever the hell we feel like talking about. So, let's go.
Is up, everybody.
What is good, y'all?
I'm Jay Friedlander. That is Eli Johnson.
That was really, really good, guys. So I forgot there's a button I was supposed to press. So they heard music and then just saw kind of lips moving. So
I'm Jamie Friedlander. That's Eli Johnson, and this is the Just Two Fans podcast.
Wait, are we live right now, or did you mess it up?
no, we've been live for 4 minutes, almost on the dot.
Oh. Hey, everybody. I thought we weren't live. I thought that was like, I forgot
I
to
don't think
press
they
the
could
live
hear
button.
us.
No, they could not.
So we started the stream, and they saw our lips moving, and nothing was
So
happening.
I'm trying to set
well,
up some things so that once
guys.
the intro plays, as soon as it cuts off, like it'll automatically unmute on my Go XLR.
Mhm,
I didn't
mhm,
get that. I
mhm.
didn't get that far tonight. That was
Okay. Well, I mean, it wouldn't be a Just Two Fans stream if we didn't have a little bit of technical difficulties to start off this whole motherfucker. Know what I mean?
It's right on
I don't
point.
even want to ask how the audio and video is syncing up. Like, just let this one ride.
Yeah, just let it go.
Yeah.
I thought like you getting this whole new computer was supposed to help with all this nonsense.
Yeah, well, I've had it, and this is our first one. We didn't do any test runs. You showed up at 8:42, so shit happens.
It's fair, but you're supposed to have it all figured out when I show up at 8.
No, I literally need you both to be on the camera so that I can do this.
Well, I was
Somebody
not
said they're hearing
informed of
double
that.
audio.
Oh God.
I1 King 24. Thank you for the heads up.
Technical.
Difficulties. Yep, we are back. That's right, Drummer Duck. This what happens. This is new at all.
You weren't hearing double audio. You just got 2 doses of Eli. So you're welcome.
Man.
And Jamie. Oh God, is it me too? No, we're good.
Is it good now?
Sure.
Are we okay? Can we do our show now, please?
Got like 25 audio inputs on this one. All right, I didn't miss the bottom 2.
Okay. So I don't know. Do we start the show now?
I think we can start the show now. I'm sure Chad will let us know
It's like
how
this little dirty
horrible it
little bass
sounds.
line. I don't
as
fucking
we're going.
care.
Now my computer's telling me it's time to restart. Goodness gracious!
Oh,
All right.
Jesus Christ.
No, that's we'll just do the update another time. It's fine. All I'm getting is Cam.
You're lying. I was just louder.
It's going
Please,
great.
dear God, be wrong.
This is going great. This is going great. All right, we're gonna start. Y'all are quiet.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Cameron,
God.
work on our levels while we start talking. I don't know
Yeah,
what else
I've got
to
the
do.
stream up and I can't hear us at all.
I don't know why, because you guys are peaking real high. Like the same as me.
It's good. This is good. It's going great.
Did we
This is
mention
going
that
well.
we're an audio podcast and this is for fun? It's getting better. I haven't changed anything, so
Okay. We're just going to do the show and then we'll release the podcast when we can, right?
Sounds good. All right. Eli, you can edit this out magically in post. And we're just
Yep.
going to start the show now.
All right.
All right. A lot has happened in the last, 8 weeks since we recorded.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it's been a minute. We had to take a little break, and that's okay.
College football was over. Like when that happens, we need a breather, a moment to ourselves.
We need a moment and slide out of depression. That's the one for me, because I have been sad. Lucky for me, I'm in a new relationship, and so that's really eased the pain of college football going away, because I have something else to focus on. But man, otherwise I'd be in my feels so bad.
Yeah, I mean, I got 3 kids running around the house. I certainly have no shortage of
and you're
distractions.
Gallivanting across the globe. Germany.
Yeah, I mean, yes, I was in Germany last week.
And I'm gallivanting across the globe too, because I'm going to Costa Rica in a couple weeks.
Nice.
It's gonna be great.
You were just a bunch of international travelers.
We are international businessmen on an international business tour.
Mine actually was for business. Yours is not.
Me.
That is not a flex at all. You get to go on vacation. I had to work.
Yeah, but yours was paid for. I had to pay for mine.
That is fair. Mine was paid for.
I had to pay a lot of money for mine.
Fair. Very fair.
Chapoy is a little broke right now.
Translation,
I'm not broke.
Eli is getting laid. Back to you having a girlfriend and having a distraction from college football being over.
Oh yeah, well she's not going to Costa Rica with me. Was that a comment?
No.
Where did that come from?
It was a comment. Yes, it was a comment, and it was referring to when you said you have a distraction from college football being over.
People in her family are really listening to this. It means I am joyful right now because there is a woman in my life who actually I've tricked into liking me.
I was purely reading the comment.
I know. I'm not lashing. I'm lashing out at the comment right now. All right, guys. There's a girl who I've tricked into liking me, so just let me enjoy the ride. All right.
It is pretty remarkable.
It's astonishing, truly.
Somebody has fallen for that.
It's sometimes you just, I gotcha, Did you? Okay.
You got to be careful where and when you yell that, by the way.
Yeah, I know, right? I got a real like Seven Brides for Seven Brothers thing going on right now. Did you ever see that movie?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Oh, God. For those of you who haven't seen it, it's about a bunch of brothers who kidnap a bunch of women and bring them over one of the Oregon passes. It's in Oregon, and then they cause an avalanche so they can Stockholm syndrome 7 women. It is problematic, but
what is that?
I don't know. Cameron put something in chat. Oh God, you fucking held on to that. So I shaved my beard.
That in chat on the.
No,
couldn't do it. Can't post pictures in Twitch chat. Sorry.
A couple years ago, listeners, and viewers, I shaved my face because my skin, I was having like some really bad breakout under my skin. I was like, oh, I'll just, shave the face, exfoliate, get it cleaned up, get it nice, get it reset, a little skin reset. Turns out we were doing a podcast that week, and Cameron screenshotted my bald ass head with my bald ass face. Look like a goddamn thumb.
You really do.
I know, dude.
And I've held on to it for years.
My God. Cameron took a screenshot of it and he just put it in our chat saying this guy has a girlfriend. And I'm gonna say no, because that dude is an entirely different person. All right.
Fair.
That dude did not have a girlfriend. This dude does. The beard is everything, guys. The beard is makeup for dudes. I'm fully aware of that. Right, like I am contouring right now. That's what this is, boys.
I was gonna say, it looks good tonight.
This must have been back before we were, doing video.
Oh, it was.
Yeah, that was Central Oregon.
Yeah. It was long before we were doing video. Yeah, Thank God. I wouldn't have done it. I literally would not have done it if we were doing video. I
shaved. My beard got way too short a couple weeks ago because I messed up when I was shaving. And it was still there because somebody was like, why didn't you just shave it off? I was like, no.
Never.
That is never going to happen.
That was the last time I was clean shaven, and the last time before that was when I lived in Florida, and I worked at Disney.
I think the last time I was clean shaven was when we were in Switzerland.
Yeah, probably. I mean, like literally, I've shaved my beard off one time in the last 12 years. And Cameron snapped a picture of it, you dick.
I mean, you do look like a toe in that picture.
I do, dude. It's bad. It's bad. I totally forgot that like we had a podcast that week, and I was like, I've got time to grow the beard back. Nope.
I was the only one that got the pleasure of seeing that.
Here's what we're gonna do. What we'll do.
You need to wear a hat or something.
If you guys can get us, we should do some like. If you can get us like 100. Wait, how many followers do we have on Twitter right now?
On Twitter.
Not a lot. Twitter or Instagram.
Any of the social medias that we're so good at?
We are really good at them.
We have 91 followers.
We have 91 followers. Okay. If we can get to 250. 250. If you can, listener, if you can get us to 250 followers on Twitter, I will let Cameron release the photo of me without a beard.
Right, dude, I'm going to push media so hard now.
Good.
This is what we're going to do.
You want towhead Eli? There it is, bud.
If you can get us to 1,000, I'll shave mine off.
I'll do the same. 1,000 followers, Jamie and I will shave our beards.
1,000 followers on Twitter and Instagram.
Okay.
I'll shave my beard off.
Sweet. We love it. We love it.
I hope it happens, but also like, okay, and I need to put a time frame on this because I don't want to come back like 10 years from now when we finally hit 1,000 followers and somebody's like, so you gotta shave your beard off.
I'll still do it. Fuck it. We did it.
That's fine.
So Drummer Duck says that I should keep the pic as a warning in case my girlfriend ever wants me to shave. Don't have to worry about that. I already told her that it's not happening. Oh yeah, it's a hard boundary, boys. I set boundaries. That's a hard boundary. If you want me to go clean shave, you can go fuck yourself.
See, I'm fortunate because Kate's like, no, don't do that.
Yeah, no,
you're right. I shouldn't do that.
I look great with a beard. Here's the thing. God has not gifted me with a lot of great things like, working eyeballs or hair follicles on top of my head. What he has blessed me with is a gorgeous fucking beard. And that is the only thing I can flaunt, that and fat boy calves. So, I mean, here's the thing. He didn't give me a metabolism, so at least he gave me the fat boy calves. He didn't give me the hair on top of my head, so at least he gave it on my chin. So I'm gonna flaunt the things I got, however little it may be.
Fair. As you should.
So, it's what it is. It is what it is.
All right, 1,000 followers.
1,000 followers, we'll shave it off. 250, I'll let Cameron release the photo. God, it's so gross, dude. I look so bad.
It's pretty good.
And like the facial expression too, it's so bad, dude. I'm like pursed lips, dude.
Everything about that picture is amazing.
Ugh,
when you get to 100, I'm gonna release a picture, and it's just be a small circle of the side of your cheek, and then everything else will be like censored out as like a teaser. Like teaser? From Major League, we'll just pull things off every 50 followers.
We only got 9 more to go until you get the little teaser. So
it's pretty good.
Oh God. I'm closing chat. I can't look at that anymore.
Dude, it just popped up because Jamie looked at it.
It's gross. Hate it.
Should I look at it again?
No, please
there
don't.
It is.
Please don't. Can we move on now?
All right, sports. Stuff that we missed. There was a lot and not a lot.
Yeah.
It's that time of year. We're all just kind of waiting for March Madness. Baseball's around the corner. We're in the slog of the NHL and NBA seasons. Mm-hmm. So it was a good time to take a break. But we're going to recap some of the stuff we did miss. obviously the Kansas City Chiefs won the Super Bowl. It was the most watched event in U.S. history.
That is like the least surprising thing ever to me. I knew from the beginning because one, it's the Super Bowl, so it's like gonna be one of the most watched things ever. And then this year, one of the most rabid fan bases on the planet was activated to watch it as well, and that's Taylor Swift fans, a market that had basically no overlap in the Venn diagram of fandom. So I'm not surprised at all. I mean, my girlfriend is a big Swiftie. Couldn't give two shits about sports. Couldn't give two damns about sports. She watched the Super Bowl. She had a Super Bowl party at her house. I didn't go because they watched it on a computer.
That sounds pretty terrible.
They had it on. I'm saying like there was a group of Swifties watching, and like she was texting me during the game, so she was like actively watching. Wild, dude. Wild stuff.
That is
all because
wild.
Taylor Swift was there.
I mean, good for her and good for them.
No, honestly, it's great for the NFL. It's great for football. I mean, a whole other fan base is now activated, and it's good for the sport.
All the Brads and Chads out there complaining about Taylor Swift's 28 seconds of air.
Swift fucking 2 or 3 times, or let's say 10 times at the most, you see her. But then like it satisfies an entire market of people that wasn't there before. Just to live with it, dude. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Would you rather look at Taylor Swift or some fucking fat, drunk Chiefs fan eating popcorn or some shit? Right? Like, I'd rather look at Taylor Swift all day. She's a beautiful woman.
And they show like shots of the crowd all the time.
Yeah, what else are you gonna do in between plays?
When you have the biggest superstar in the world at your event, you're gonna show her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and Blake Lively did just look insanely gorgeous. She's just unreal.
That was my takeaways. Blake Lively's at football games now. Like, all right,
she still got it, man.
I loved all of the reactions to all this. Did you see Ryan Reynolds tweets and stuff? So obviously he had 2 trailers, 2 Super Bowl movie trailers. The first was Deadpool, obviously, and they showed it, and he like posted a picture of himself like pointing at the TV. Did y'all see the Deadpool trailer? And then he said, "Also, has anyone seen my wife?"
Nice.
Play into it. It's great. Also, your wife's at the fucking Super Bowl and you're not. How bad does that hurt?
Yeah. Did you see JJ Watt do it like his pregame stuff as his hair? Because he like gelled his hair way up, and then he tweeted about it. He's like, "If you're wondering if people notice you change your hair, they do."
JJ Watt.
The Super Bowl,
awesome.
I mean, the Super Bowl was a lot of fun. I'm gonna be honest with you, like it was great. I didn't want to see the Chiefs win. I was rooting for the Niners, but it was a good game. There's a lot of fun stories around it. It was just a fun time, man.
It was one of the better Super Bowls that I've seen. Right.
It was like one of 3 that's gone into overtime.
Yeah, and the people are like, the first half was so boring. I'm like, those are not football fans.
No, those are just people who don't care.
And it's okay. Like, if you don't like watching defense, I totally get it.
I fully understand that.
Yeah,
fully. It is, unless you are like tuned into strategies and stuff, it's going to be boring.
Yep. There's a reason that the NFL wants points.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's not for old heads like us, dude.
I thoroughly enjoyed the first half because it was just a giant chess match, and it was awesome. Second half really turned on the gas, and the Niners had a nice fourth quarter comeback effort and some questionable play calls. And
really, that last series was like beyond me. The last 49er series in the game.
In overtime?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Beyond me. I was just
also,
like,
why you take the ball?
Doing?
Let's talk about this for a second.
Yeah.
Why
they didn't know the rules. Super Bowl team didn't know the rules.
Kyle Shanahan knew the rules. So here's if we both score, we get the ball first when it becomes sudden death. So they get the ball third. Right. So if they go down, score a touchdown, the Chiefs go down, score a touchdown, they get the ball first in the sudden death time at that point.
Okay.
That's the reasoning. I think you're playing against
I mean, the bottom line, the true bottom line here is that the NFL desperately needs to change their overtime rules to college.
I actually don't mind this set of rules. I thought that set of rules was pretty great, actually, to be honest with you. Both teams get a chance to score, and if they both score or both don't score in their first possession, it's sudden death. I don't mind that at all. I think
the sudden death just kind of I just love. Could you imagine lining Patrick Mahomes up from the 25?
25. You're right.
And then on the other side, Christian McCaffrey on the 20. Like, fuck
college overtime is just better. You're right.
And I would say like amend it to like not this last year or like the last 2 or 3 years overtime with the 2-point conversion garbage, where it's just 2-point conversions. Like, go back to what it was before the 2-point conversion, like where it's just like you 25 and in,
slug it out. Could you imagine that the Chiefs Bills game, was it last year, a couple years back, that was decided by the coin flip? Could you imagine that 25 in, Patrick Mahomes versus Josh Allen, both of them fucking on fire? The game would have been 100 to 101, but I would have loved every goddamn second of it. Yeah, it's just better. I mean, you're right. It just is. Yeah. But it was a great Super Bowl. The Chiefs are officially a dynasty.
Ugh.
I hate it with every fiber of my being, but at the same time, you have to respect it. Patrick Mahomes is a freaking
he's legit
animal.
The question is, how long?
He annoys the fuck out of me.
How long is the window here? That's my question.
The window is as long as Patrick Mahomes is healthy.
I mean, eventually you got to see the effects of that contract, right? Although it's not looking as big anymore with the salary cap going up.
Yep, it's not as big. And he defers it. Like he's found ways to make it not hurt as bad. And also, he just won a Super Bowl without a star wide receiver.
That's true.
Their wide receivers are nobody.
Trash.
Yeah. I mean, they have the best tight end of all time on the team.
All time? Better than Gronk? Better than Gonzalez? Better than...
He's getting up there to Gronk in terms of number of titles, and he's played, and he's passing him in stats. But he's in the conversation. There. He's a top 5. Call it a top 5, and people are already starting the conversation of Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady, and it's legit. He has 3 Super Bowl titles, and
in what 6 years?
3 Super Bowl titles, 4 appearances. He has yet to not reach the AFC Championship game. He's reached the AFC Championship game in every season that he's been a starter.
He's a fucking monster, man.
Tom Brady didn't do that, right? Like, you can talk about 7 rings all you want. Rings aren't everything. I mean, Patrick Mahomes is doing stuff that we've never seen before.
Yeah, and you could arguably say that his teams are a lot worse than Brady's.
Brady's first 3 Super Bowls were because of that defense.
Yeah.
Every single one of the Chiefs' Super Bowls are because of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, their defense was really good this year. Let's not get it.
It's the best defense he had, and he needed it.
But he also had the worst offensive weapons around him.
Right, and the worst offensive line that he's had.
Yeah. He was the guy who picked the Super Bowl for the Jets.
Yeah.
He said, they said, who are you going to play in the Super Bowl? And he said, the 49ers. Guess who we fucking played?
They didn't he say who are you gonna play too? Not
he said who are you gonna play? Yeah, well, I think he started with who are you gonna play, and then he said, the Jets versus who or something like that. But insane, dude. The Mentalist was on to something. He knew.
He knew.
He's real. He's legit, guys. He's not just playing parlor tricks. He's legit. He's a soothsayer. He's a witch. Get him. Burn him.
Back to your question. How long can this last? So they have 3 in this dynasty, 3 in 5 years. 4 Super Bowl appearances in 5 years, 3 wins. How many are they going to get in this window they have? How many more?
And I it's tough because with Tom Brady, I was always like, he can't do this again. He's got nobody on his team anymore,
And then
right?
he does it again.
He fucking does it again. So it's hard to say because Patrick Mahomes is just fucking him, especially during the playoff. It's so annoying because they start the season fucking so shitty every year, and then they just fucking at the end of the year they're just lights out and they can't miss. It's annoying.
I'm going to say they get probably 3 more. And the reason why is because Patrick Mahomes is going to do what Peyton Manning did and Tom Brady did and restructure his contract. So do you remember when Peyton came to Denver and the Broncos could just go out and sign whatever free agent they wanted?
Yeah, that was great.
Every single person that was a free agent wanted to come to Denver.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's going to happen with the Chiefs. Now, with the salary cap and contracts being what they are, I don't think it'll be quite that open season for the Chiefs
salary
that
cap's
it was.
Going up.
But if Patrick Mahomes takes some deferred payments and restructures his contract a little bit and wants to just keep winning, he can do that, and he probably will. So at least 3 more, which really just sucks.
As a Bronco fan, it really sucks.
I really liked being on the other side of this fence.
I know. But they didn't sweep the Broncos this year. So
they did not.
They did not. Nobody beat the Broncos 17 times in a row. Nobody, I tell you.
That's
a good point, Drummer Duck, that they'll be a contender as long as Andy Reid is coaching them.
Sure. I am interested to see when he leaves what the impact is. Because a lot of times, like Bill Belichick was exposed a little bit when Tom Brady left, right? And I think a lot of people would have had that same sentiment about Tom Brady if Bill Belichick were the one to leave first.
Mm-hmm.
And that clearly was not the case. So that will be interesting because Andy Reid's getting up there. I don't know, how old is he? Andy Reid.
He's older.
He was born in 1958, so math
66.
makes him 66. So he's not a spring chicken. Guys have coached way older than that, but at some point he's going to get sick of it too. So it'll be interesting to see what happens when Andy Reid leaves. But Patrick Mahomes is him, man. I don't know that it's going to matter a whole lot.
He is truly insane.
All right. Enough drew the NFL draft because that's pretty much the only hope that we have as Broncos fans.
Hooray! Because we don't have cap space. we don't have draft space either.
Draft picks. We don't have cap space. We have a deadbeat quarterback and a very stubborn head coach. There's not a lot going on in Denver that's very good right now.
No. The Broncos are at least a few years away at this point.
A few years away from even thinking about contending.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Thanks, Russ.
The Broncos
should pulled the wool over our eyes.
Should adopt the Arrow Electronics motto a few years out.
5 years out.
Yeah,
a few years out.
A few years out, and just every year, just repost it. One day it'll be today.
One day. One day.
So this obviously on Denver sports radio has been dominating the airwaves with mock drafts and what the Broncos should do and all this different stuff. And the opinions seem to be fairly split. The hardest part about this is the overall consensus is the 2025 quarterback class is looking very weak.
Mm-hmm.
And this quarterback class is seemingly very strong.
Seemingly.
And so the Broncos at 12 are in a good spot to get one of the top 5 quarterbacks. Now, there's going to be a huge run on quarterbacks because the 2025 class seems to be so low. I don't know. This team has a lot of needs. Like if you look at the defensive side of the ball, they need a corner. They probably need a safety. They need linebackers. They need pass rushers. On the offensive side of the ball, you probably need to get rid of Jerry Jeudy if you're the Broncos, just because he's turning into a bit of a cancer in the locker room. They have not had a star tight end in years, which we've seen in the NFL what you need. You need a star tight end in today's NFL.
Yep.
Running back position is fairly strong, but injury ridden. Wide receiver room is fairly strong, but again, you got to get rid of Jerry Jeudy probably. So while quarterback is the most glaring need, this team as a whole, like if you're the Broncos and you just admit the Chiefs are in our division, we got to play Justin Herbert twice a year, like we're just not going to be contending in 2024. We need to build out this roster. Maybe you don't take a quarterback. What are your thoughts on what the Broncos should do, especially with their first pick?
I think what they should do is take what's given to them, right? Like it's like the whole adage, like take what the defense gives you. Is like not necessarily you don't have to like go make these crazy moves. You don't have to like try to mortgage another future like of our franchise. What you do is you sit on your pick. What are they at? What's their
12.
pick this year? 12. You sit on 12. Entertain offers for it if somebody wants to trade up for it, right? But like you just take the guy you like the most that's still there, right? Because like you could see some guys falling who shouldn't have fallen, right? Like there's rumors of Caleb Williams dropping like a fly because of off the unseen stuff or whatever, right? Like you just take what the defense gives you here. If you find a guy who's fallen who can really like, it won't happen, but like if Brock Bowers falls, you take him. Right. So I guess I think you just got to go best available still. And then since you're not competing for another couple years, or you take a really high upside quarterback, right? You take a guy like maybe a Jaden Daniels, or if he's still around, or Penix Jr. if he's still around, just somebody who's got like really high ceiling that may be a little more raw, right? So you have a couple of years to develop him because you're like, hey, we're not trying to go for it this year. Let's get him his reps, get him his lumps, let him learn how to run an offense, let him learn how to play. Just somebody like that. I obviously I'd love for them to get Bo Nix, but like the more I think about it, I don't think he really fits what the Broncos are going to be doing right now. Could I'm going to be super stoked if they take him. Don't get me wrong, but yeah, I mean, I think you got to go. As much as I want them to take a quarterback because that's the most glaring need, but like, I think you got to take what the defense gives you here.
Yeah. My philosophy regarding the quarterback position is unless you love the guy, you don't take him in the first round.
Yeah.
If you're just reaching to get a quarterback because you're desperate to get one, that doesn't work. Right? I'm gonna go back to the Chiefs, right? Let's go back to the 2015 draft, 2016 draft, when they got Patrick Mahomes. They traded up from the late 20s to the 10th pick in the draft to draft Patrick Mahomes, which shocked everybody because nobody had Patrick Mahomes as a top 10 quarterback. Mm-hmm. So they were like, why are you wasting draft capital and wasting picks to go get this guy that probably wouldn't have been picked, but they fell in love with him. If you identify the guy and you trust your process to find the guy, get him. Right? You got to go get him at that position more than any other position out there. If you are in this draft process and if they fall in love with JJ McCarthy, which I don't see on tape, but if they see it and nobody else sees it, go for it. Right? That's what you got to do with that position. But if somebody falls to 12, like let's just say Jayden Daniels falls to 12, almost every mock I've seen has Caleb Williams, Jayden Daniels, and Drake May going 1, 2, 3. I would be shocked if that's not the case with the teams that are up there. But let's just say somebody like Jayden Daniels falls and the Broncos have done their due diligence and they don't love him. Don't just take him because he fell. Mm-hmm. Right? So I think a lot of GMs get stuck in get starstruck when it comes to draft day. You got to identify your guys. And at 12, you have to have 3 guys. It's like if this guy's available, we are taking him no matter what. Like back to the draft day movie, you're like Fonte no matter what or whatever on the card. Right. If somehow Marvin Harrison Jr., that won't happen. That's unrealistic. If Roma and you didn't think he'd be there and you think he's going to be a star wide receiver for the next decade, you take him.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Right. Yeah. So again, the Broncos have so many needs that I don't think they can get stuck on. We have to have a quarterback in the first round.
I agree with that. I think there are a lot of, they have a lot of room right now because the expectation is low right now.
I mean, you said Brock Bowers. I would love that pick.
I would fucking love that pick right now. And he goes to the Bengals at 18.
Yeah, I'm looking at one that he goes to the Seahawks at 16.
I'll take him at 12.
I'll take him at 12 all day.
Yeah. Love that for us.
You know, this mock draft doesn't have Bo Nix going in the first round. The Broncos don't have a second round pick. But if somebody like Bo Nix falls out of the first round somehow and you can trade up in the second and get him, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Now, in the quarterback position, if he's the guy you really want that fifth year option, it's a big deal in the NFL. Mm-hmm. For those that don't know, if you're drafted in the first round, you have a 5th year option on your rookie contract. The team has a 5th year option on you, which keeps you on your rookie deal for 1 more year, which at that position is a massive. That is potentially $100 million savings for the team. So that's why it's such a that's why quarterbacks are overdrafted in the first round, because they want that 5th year option on them. You know, even if you get to the end of the draft, not that the Chiefs are going to trade with you, but maybe the 49ers will. And if you get to pick 31 and your quarterback's still there, maybe you get him. But again, I think at 12, if you identify your guy and he's there, draft him. I don't care who he is. He could be a guy that we're not even looking at.
Yeah.
Right. And I've missed on so many draft picks. I'm not going to pretend to know better than these guys anymore.
I'm excited to see what happens. I'll tell you that much. I love the draft. I don't care about the NFL that much, but I fucking love the draft.
Me too.
So
it's because we're nerds.
It's because we're college football guys, and we love to see where these because we watch all of these dudes right now. Like at that point, you could.
Malik Neighbors. Oh.
Well, wouldn't hate that.
Wouldn't hate that at all.
You can get Rome Odunze, and as much we know firsthand how much of a pain in the ass that guy can be.
That guy is. I hate him right now, but if I wouldn't hate him in orange and blue.
No.
With this year's Washington team specifically is they were so not hateable as a football team.
Yeah,
none of them.
And as dudes, right? Like in years past, they've had like quarterbacks. You're like, this dude's a fucking douchebag. Like, what was his name? The kid who did the point back. What was that kid's fucking name? I don't remember. Do you remember his name?
Who?
The kid who did like the point back from Washington when like they absolutely crushed Oregon. Got a penalty for it.
Oh,
what the fuck was his name?
He's oh my God, he was starting for the Bengals at the end of the season.
Yeah, the guy.
Why am I
never fucking cut me? I'm blanking his name too. Anyways,
my God.
Him, but like he was fucking hateable as shit.
Oh, he sucked, dude.
I fucking hated that dude. But like Rome Odunze's a cool fucking dude. Michael Penix Jr. is a cool fucking dude, and it pisses me off that they're that cool.
It was Jake Browning.
Yeah, fuck Jake Browning, dude. Kid's a douchebag. Should have never fucking cut me. Actually, they should have because you were garbage the next game.
See, but here's the thing. Like, he was a total douchebag because we hate him as Oregon fans, but it's pretty fucking fun to watch him just be a dick in the NFL. Like, you shouldn't have fucking cut me. That's pretty funny.
It's a good line. But also, like, then you got to back it up. It's like Cam Newton being like, I'm back. I'm back. And then being, like, really shitty the rest of the time they play.
Did you see he got in a fight this last weekend?
He got jumped.
He did. It came out that he was in a fight, but he fully got it.
He got jumped. I am not a fan of Cam Newton, as I've been very vocal of. But I will defend him on this one. He got fucking jumped, like straight up.
Yep. All right.
Cam Newton's
so we're kind of aligned.
Fucking takes are bad.
His takes are trash.
He's trying to be like the new Skip Bayless, but like on his own terms, and it's just bad. They're just bad. At least Skip Bayless like has some like real like fire behind his takes, and he can like try to back them up, even though he sounds like an idiot.
I think he's closer to Shannon. Because Cam's at least like the problem with Skip that I have with Skip is like you didn't play, so you can't be talking like that. Like the way that Skip Bayless talks about players, like, dude, you can't.
Yeah. You
did not put that helmet on. You don't get to do that.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm surprised that Shannon didn't ever jump across the table and try to kill him. No, it looked like he did a couple times.
There were a couple tense moments on that show. Although I don't even know anymore. I don't listen to any of those guys because it's all fucking the state of sports journalism right now is garbage. And they just need guys like what's his name? Chris Burkhardt. They need guys like Jamie Freelander and Eli Johnson, guys who like go in and like want to put in the work and just like
real people.
Like real people, not these fucking caricatures.
That is what it is. It's all caricatures.
Yeah, the
Barstool stuff is kind of like that, right? Like it's
Barstool is all caricature. Like it's all fucking like I Barstool is fun and all, but like I don't like take them seriously even a little.
I don't think they even take them seriously.
No. Like even like what is it? What's the college football one?
Brandon Walker.
Yeah, Brandon Walker.
Oh, are you talking about the podcast? Unnecessary roughness.
Unnecessary roughness. Like they're all fucking over the map. Like, I mean, they're fun.
Are we?
They're fun.
Fair.
Yeah. Yeah. But like, I mean, I feel like we're fairly consistent on our takes, but like they're just like, I mean, one day Brandon Walker's like,
they definitely try to do the splash journalism stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. And
we're
I
not
like them.
good
I
at.
like them a lot. I think they're the second best college football podcast out there.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I mean, it's hard to live up to be the best.
it is tough, you know, and it's truly just like it's a blessing and curse when you get there too. I guess I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, right, chat?
See, you guys have the special privilege of being in while we're not popular yet because we really suck at promoting ourselves.
We're really bad at it. We're really fucking bad at promoting ourselves.
Although Cameron did promise that he was going to start clipping some of these and putting them on the social media.
With his new rig, he did say we're going to have some TikTok stuff going out. So follow us on TikTok whenever Cameron gets that all figured out.
Yeah.
I got an app for that. That's easy.
Sick.
All right, do it, man. I'm down, man. See, the problem is like video editing and all that shit is so outside of my skill set. Like I can't fucking.
Here's the thing. I probably could figure it out. Like, I don't think it's that hard, but I have negative time. I barely have time to squeeze this thing in every week. I'm out of time between work and 3 kids and my wife. Just like no time.
My wife.
This is my wife.
I can never. If somebody says my wife, never can I can be like, I can't be normal about it.
This is why it's amazing that you've tricked somebody to like.
Dude, it's incredible that she's like into me. I don't, and here's the thing. I'm not going to play with whatever forces that put her around. I'm not going to ask questions here. Questions only lead to hurt feelings in this situation. So
You don't ever just look at her like, why the fuck do you like me?
literally all the time. Literally just the other day, I was like, she sent me a picture because she was going to the ballet with a friend. And like, it was just like a picture of her like dolled up, like, right. And I was just like, how the fuck? Like how, look at this. Look at this. Look at the top of my head. There's nothing there. There's a lot right here. There's nothing here. How the fuck is she like, yeah, that's hot. Like, I look like fucking a bunch of, I'm not going to say the weight, but a lot of weight of chewed up bubble gum up in here. And like, she's like, yeah, that guy. Like, all the time. It's all I think about. Genuine. It's like, I just like, how the fuck does this beautiful woman be like, yeah, this dude's it. He's a babe. Beyond me,
lock
dude.
it down before she comes to her senses.
I know, dude. I'm kind of worried. Like she like fell down and like hit her head on some steps. Like, and she's had a concussion since we started dating, and like she's gonna like become conscious here soon and just be like, oh no, oh fuck, this guy. So, let's pray for lifelong concussion, I guess, for her.
Jesus.
Yes. So to answer your question, all the time. That's all I think about.
Fair. That is fair. All right. Let's move on.
It's good. I've never had this before. Liquid Death, the convicted melon.
They have flavored stuff.
Yeah, they have a lot of flavors.
Oh, I've only had the like normal water.
I do love their water. Like here, not sponsored at all, but Liquid Death sponsor us because I love this shit.
This is the best college football show out there.
This is the best college football. You just don't know it yet. But here's the thing: is the Liquid Death, like their water is actually very good.
Oh yeah,
right? Like even their plain water is like fucking delicious.
It's very good.
It's really good. Cameron, clip this for TikTok. But this convicted melon is actually dope. It's good.
All right.
Maybe one day.
Let's move on.
Maybe if we get to 1,000 followers and we shave our beards, then that'll get Liquid Death's attention.
Then we can make an ad about drinking Liquid Death, and then our beards just like sprouting back out.
This shit writes itself.
It writes itself.
God, no wonder this is the best fucking.
Okay, let's move on. We teased this earlier. Baseball is right around the corner, which usually I'd be super stoked about. But the Rockies are going to be more ass than normal this year. They're the only team in the MLB that got an F grade for the offseason. Because you know what they did? Do you know what the Rockies did this offseason?
Nothing.
Literally nothing. They signed nobody. Not a single player.
At least not the Broncos. At least the Mariners are making moves that aren't the best moves, but they're making moves.
Zero fucking moves.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Literally insane.
Sell the goddamn team. Anyway.
Sell the goddamn team, indeed.
The news out there is not about the play on the field, rather what the players are wearing on the field. And apparently, MLB took notes from the lingerie industry, and see-through is in.
See-through is in, my guy. You want to tune in to a baseball game? See 2 extra balls on the plate? This is your
How the fuck in 2024 does this fly?
Well, what happened is they all watched Saltburn, and they saw how well that sold, and how popular that was, and so they decided we're just gonna make our own Saltburn here and just show off our players' dick and balls. Just their whole D's and B's.
It's so they're Nike uniforms. The swoosh is still on them, but Fanatics, I guess, is the one making them. I don't really.
We all know
understand.
high quality Fanatics gear.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, whoever signed that off is. I don't
fired.
know how that.
It's probably fired.
I
they can't go into the season like this, right?
I don't know. The players.
Imagine if it rains.
The players are, dude. Yeah, the players are freaking out. They're like, this needs to be fixed by opening day. I don't know how they fix it by opening day. You got a month? Less?
Urgency factories.
3.5 weeks.
Urgency factories. It's insane though.
I mean, it's like borderline pornographic watching baseball on the field. Yeah. Whatever Cameron just put in the chat, straight up ball sack.
Put it in Twitch. No, you probably can't put it in Twitch chat. You can see the dude's head of his penis.
Straight up.
You can see the mushroom on the end.
Also, beyond being able to see through the pants, the tops, what they did with the names on the back and the numbers and the positioning, it looks like a 2-year-old did it.
Yeah, they're awful.
The side-by-sides from last year's jerseys to this, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
What
was the other manufacturer? Majestic or whatever?
Majestic was for a long time. Nike did them last year. Last year's were Nike, and they look great. There's nothing wrong with them. They followed the Majestic model. Everything was fine. And it's astonishing how bad they fuck this up. I mean, it's not, because it's Rob Manfred, and pretty much anything that he does is hot trash. But
pretty much, yeah. He's stepping down though, right?
In 2030 or whatever, when his contract's up.
It's good news.
It is good news. It just can't happen soon enough. Much like Larry Scott getting fired. Fuck that guy, by the way.
Fuck Larry Scott. God damn it. Why'd you have to bring that up?
It's like the motto of this show.
It truly is. It truly is.
Just 2 fans. Fuck Larry Scott.
Fuck Larry Scott, dude. Guy is a piece of work.
Anyway, baseball.
I hope he's having a real bad time right now.
He's not, unfortunately.
I hope whatever beach he's flying his private jet to, I hope
As
he
an
just
oil
gets like
spill.
really fucking sunburnt. like he falls asleep because he's so relaxed because he's a fucking gajillionaire at this point because of all the money off the back of the Pac-12, and he just gets really fucking sunburned.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Lobster Larry, dude. Just, and I hope he's peeling for weeks, and itchy. And there's bug bites. That's what I hope for right now.
Blisters.
Yeah,
all of it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. All right. Let's move on to something that's worth debating here because that's what we do on this show. We talk about things that are hot button topics. And this week, the hot button topic, which I did not have on my 2024 bingo card, is court storming getting cancel cultured.
Cancel cultured. Sorry. That's such a weird thing to say.
That's true. That's what's happening to it.
I know.
It is falling victim to cancel culture. What are your thoughts on the backlash after it was Kyle Filipowski, the Duke player, getting injured when Wake Forest fans were storming the court?
So I would say, like, normally I wouldn't be for banning this because it's like part of college tradition, right? Of like you beat like the number one team or whatever, and like it's like a big moment for the school, and there's so much pride wrapped up in college sports, like more so than the NFL or any professional league. There's so much pride in like your team that like this is gonna happen, right? But like it's gotten out of hand, right? Like it used to be like it maybe I'm misremembering at this point. I'm like looking through rose-colored glasses, but I feel like it used to be like only big moments you'd storm the field, like truly big moments. And this one it was, right? But like people are storming the field for nothing. I mean, Colorado stormed the field when they won what their first game.
Yeah.
What was it? Yeah, it's just out of hand, right? Like people are storming courts and storming they're just storming, like everybody's just storming courts and fields for like no fucking reason anymore. It's just they're like, "Oh, we beat a team that's ranked. Storm the field." It's like, "No, that's not how you do it." Right? Like so I don't know. I know Oregon has done a pretty good job with theirs of like, I guess Oregon doesn't really storm the field very much anymore because they're the favorite in everything.
Also,
but
Autzen is very hard.
Autzen's really hard to storm.
The design of Autzen pretty much prohibits at least the aggressive. Like Colorado, the student section is a very short railing away from the field.
A very short railing and then a ramp. And then a full-blown ramp to get some speed.
Yeah. So it's pretty much tailor-made for storming the field.
Yeah. And so it's like something needs to be addressed with this because it's just people are doing it too much now, and it's like it's getting out of hand and people are getting injured. If it were like a once in maybe a couple times it happens in a season, but it seems like every week somebody's storming something. And it's just like, guys, like it's not that big, right? Like
yeah, so I kind of fall closer to the other side. I agree it's gotten out of hand. Fully, like this like it needs to be a top 10 win or something for you to
I think it needs to be more than that.
I think a top 10 win at home. Like if you're
top
not
10 win at home, but you have to be like unranked. Right, because if they're number 9 and you're 8, or not 8, if you're like 11,
I don't know if it's your rival. Like there's levels to this, right? And it goes back to the passionate nature of college. Like college sports, storming the court and storming the field are part of what make college athletics so unique and so great.
Mm-hmm.
Has it gotten out of hand? Yes. Is there anything you can really do about that? Probably not.
That's the thing, is like there's really not much they can do about it outside of like maybe adopt the Autzen model of having like a trench.
Well, then you're talking about changing the stadium. Autzen's always had that.
Yeah.
So like it just happens to be a thing. How many times have courts and fields been stormed over the last 50 years and there have been no incidents? Right? Like, I just think one guy getting hurt, and Torsten said in chat, if it can result in an injury to a player and the fans are now taking shots at players, which the Wake kids did, it's got to stop. He was taunting the guy. He happened to hit his knee. Like, I do not want to overreact to one incident is what I don't want this, which is what cancel culture does in general right now, is total overreaction to one thing. And what I don't want to see, and we're already seeing it in other areas of college athletics with realignment and NIL and all the shit that's going down with how college athletics is structured, I don't want to see the passion leave, because that's part of what makes it so great. So if you just ban court storming, like it's just like going to an NBA game. They don't storm, and they say they don't storm the court in the NBA games. NBA fans don't care as much as college football fans, period.
True.
They just don't. And that's part of what makes the sport so incredible. So I don't know what the answer is. I think just banning it, or Caitlin Clark got bowled over. She flopped hard.
She flopped so fucking hard. That was crap.
We don't need to get into that, but she did not get bowled over. That was a total flop job.
That was James Harden to a T, my guy.
I don't know. I understand that it's gotten out of hand, but like Jay Billis going on ESPN the other day and saying, you know, you just need to detain them all and arrest them and it'll stop. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about, dude?
That's ridiculous.
Like, you're the biggest college basketball guy out there, and that's what you're saying? Like, shut the fuck up. That's insanity.
Yeah. Well, then what's going to happen is they do that kind of shit, and then he'll come out and then like rave about how the passion's gone in college sports.
Yeah.
Like that's what he'll do. Yeah.
Well, that's ESPN right now.
Yeah.
Just in general. Again, I don't have the answers. It's gotten out of control. I don't know that you can fix that. Right. The only way you fix that is you somehow ban it. And I don't know how you ban it. You can't, like, you can't prevent 40,000 students from running on the field.
Well, and like, you know, because at one point they tried to implement, I don't know if they still do this, a fine for like field storming, at least in college football.
They do.
And I remember like Oregon making an announcement like, if you go down before the 10 minutes, we'll be fined $25,000. And like everyone's like, I don't give a fuck about that. I gave you 40 this year.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah, I mean, you saw
I paid for that.
You saw it at CU when they won the Pac-12 South in 2016, and Rick George, the athletic director, was out in front of the student section pleading for them to not. Just like, no, dude, get the fuck out of the way, and we're storming the field.
We were a part of that one.
Yeah. And
I stormed that field. That was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun for a minute. And then we got down there.
Get out.
Yeah, I was like, we got down there, we're like, woo, woo, woo. What do we do now?
It's really fun if you're one of the first ones out there and you are celebrating with the players. Because that shit, I did that once at an Oregon basketball game, and it was fucking awesome.
That's dope.
And it was EJ Singler.
Nice.
Yeah. That shit is, I don't want that to go away. I think it's fucking awesome. Now, do people need to stop being fucking dumb and ruining it for the rest of us by attacking other players? That's really harsh. That is not what happened. But you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Leave the other players alone. Go celebrate with your guys. Do like taunting, all that shit. But was it Colin Cowherd had a really good segment on this earlier this week, and he was saying basically like it's your, like in this case Duke, it is your job to keep your players safe. So if you have to call a timeout with 5 seconds left and either forfeit because you're going to lose, or get your guys over to the side or instruct them, like, as soon as that horn blows, get the fuck off the court. That's your job as Duke. And, like, you know what's going to happen. You're not dumb. You're Duke for fucking basketball. You know where this is going. It's on you to keep your players safe. I don't mind that.
No, I mean, that is, yeah. I mean, you could put the onus on the school for sure.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah, I mean, to a degree. But if I'm a basketball player and someone runs into me and something happens, I blow out my knee, I'm pressing fucking charges. Like, no one's running into football players because there's rarely a student out there who could take down a kicker. But, like, a basketball player, like, if I'm one of them, yeah, I don't think it's their responsibility to make sure that someone doesn't run into them because it's still, they're not part of the sport. It's at that point, they're not on the court as a player, so it's not a foul, it's battery. So I think if you, like that one kid that ran into the Duke player, if you press charges, like, yeah, it's not going to stop it, but it's not going to make it so it's banned either.
I mean, if there's some intent, like if you can, like that guy was straight up getting in his face and hit his, like that guy, yes. Try to punish him if you can point him out.
Well, didn't the guy who fought at Malice in the Palace, who fought, was it Ron Artest? Not Ron Artest. Who did he fucking get in a fight with? At Malice in the Palace, there was like a fan who got in like fisticuffs with one of the players, and I'm pretty sure he went to jail for it. Like this, it happens. Like this happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it happens, and it's going to continue to happen. And even Torsten, you're saying it takes one match. What shuts it down? What is stopping guys from running on the court?
I don't think that. I think that's the extreme, and I don't think that's the case. I think though, if if you got to shoot a hostage and press charges on some 19-year-old who is stupid, then maybe the next kid doesn't run into a player.
It would make like you're not going to stop people storming the court.
No,
that's what's not going to happen.
No,
you can change the behavior.
You can train the behavior by having this lawsuit
consequences.
Or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
There should be like straight up that guy who was taunting the Duke guy, and I don't know how hurt. I haven't checked on how hurt he is or. I'm sorry, Torsten. I'm just not going to buy it here. Having security, you have 10,000 fans there. There's no level of security unless you put guns in their hands that's going to keep them off the court.
Yeah, I worked security at an Oregon game when I was in high school.
A little bit sore, Kyle Filipowski.
Okay,
2 days after the collision.
He's not even that injured. Right. I just think this whole thing's a giant overreaction.
I'm just reading about it right now.
The whole thing is crazy to me. Court storming's been a thing since 1950. Like, I don't know why all of a sudden we need to bring out the pitchforks and torches and burn the whole thing down. It's crazy.
We need to train it rather than try to contain it.
Yeah.
Somehow.
And again, it's gotten out of hand, but again, like, you can't just tell people to not do it. Like, there's a code of conduct, and you only do it if you beat a top 5 team. It's like, yeah, we can think that that's the case, but Colorado fans are still going to storm the field when they beat Nebraska because it's beating Nebraska, and it's really convenient for them to storm the field. And the team's been shit for the last decade. So we can have a code of conduct that we want it to live by all we want. That's just not how it's going to go. I don't know. It's kind of the same with all these different rules that they're trying to come out with in the NFL in the name of player safety that are actually making it less safe. At some point, you understand that it is what it is, and there's really nothing you can do about it. There's no level of security that's going to stop court storming unless you put a SWAT team out there. Which that's not what I want to see at basketball games. I'd rather them storm the court. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I think they have to do something, not just do nothing and go, it'll get better. Or the opposite side is just ban it completely because they're not doing anything.
Well,
you can't ban it though.
I'm not saying, Jamie, I'm not saying that. I'm saying there's two sides: do nothing or ban it. You got to find something in the middle, and it's either press charges on kids, ban the students who do it and get rowdy because they're easy to find, and ban them for a season or whatever because they have their tickets. It's linked to their student account. That's not hard. And I think football gets lumped together, but it's not the worst case. Basketball is where, like, recently the most egregious things have happened. So I don't know. You got to do something. I don't think banning it's not realistic. So going there's not a thing. But yeah, I mean, I know security sounds good, but I worked security at Autzen when I was in high school. No. I wasn't stopping a college student from getting on the field.
There's no way.
In 06? Nothing.
And they try at CU. The whole Argus event staff lines that.
Yeah, they're fun. They're funnels. That's what they do.
There's no freaking.
But at the same time, they do that. Security is such a weird thing to me because I have to have it on my job site for work, and legally they can't. They're not even supposed to get out of their car. Right, it's they're legally not allowed to touch people. Yeah, it's their preventative measure essentially, and if it doesn't work preventatively, then they call the police. So I think security probably isn't really an answer here, but I don't know, man. It's just one of those things. We've seen this throughout all of sports, where fan behavior since the pandemic has been at an all-time low.
Oh, it's
right.
Awful.
People do not know how to act anymore for some reason in public. They don't know how to have any level of decorum. And I'm talking from the eldest boomers to the youngest. What are the Gen Y or not Gen Y? They are the fucking not Zoomers. What is the Gen Alpha or whatever? All top to bottom, fans just don't know how to fucking act right now. And it's like you said, Jamie, court storming's been around forever. Why is this just now a problem? And it's because people just don't know how to fucking act. And the way you get rid of that is being yeah, you can't fucking do this. I'm on Cameron's thought process here. Is you need to make an example out of 2 or 3 people who are
I'm on board. I am on board with that, and I'm on board with doing it to the people that fight in the stands too, because that shit is ridiculous.
You get caught running into a opponent or basketball player, stockade out in front of the stadium. Boom. Just stocks for the rest of the weekend.
Yeah, dude. Get tomatoes thrown at you for a weekend.
Oh, the school provides tomatoes.
School provided tomatoes.
Yeah,
from the community garden.
Yes,
It'll be real
obviously.
Nice.
I'm on board with that.
Heirloom.
But these takes of round up everybody on the court and persecute them. What are we talking about?
Oh.
This is insanity. And court storming's always to me been more dangerous than storming the field in football. It's just a smaller space. The players are not in protective gear. It just everything about it is more, and so it's kind of shocking to me that we haven't had more of these incidents over the years. Again, I'm just going to come back to we've had 1.25 incidents because I don't count the Caitlin Clark incident, and I don't think we need to absolutely lose our shit over. This.
I want to be clear here too. I don't count the Caitlin Clark incident, and I fucking love Caitlin Clark.
Oh, I love her. I
think she's such a fucking badass, dude.
Yeah,
I love Caitlin Clark. She flopped. I am a huge fan of Caitlin Clark. She overplayed that.
Yeah. Yep. She put on her soccer cleats for half a second.
Yeah, she did. She went to Premier League for a minute.
Yeah, fully agree. Caitlin Clark is amazing. Watching her play basketball is
Dude,
great.
I don't know if you okay, sorry, this is a total sidebar from this, but like I don't know if you've seen like these perennial online takes of these dudes being like, I could fucking toast. She is done, Caitlin Clark. I could take her, and I played because I only played D3. It's like,
Yeah.
dude, she's gonna fuck your shit up. I'd like, yeah, she might not be able to play in the NBA, but she will fuck anyone else up. She is insane.
It's the same
Those are
people
the
that are
same-
giving shit to Sabrina Ionescu in the 3-point competition. Like, she's so
Yeah.
bad, I could take her. Like, huh? No.
Not realizing that the only person she lost to was the greatest shooter in the history of basketball.
by 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. She beat the winner of the 3-point contest. She tied Dame. She tied Dame as the winner of the 3-point contest from the NBA 3-point line.
From the NBA line.
Shut the fuck up, dudes. It's like such a perennial like it's like such a Chad and Brad take,
Oh,
dude. Of like, I could take her, dude.
It's the same Brads and Chads that whine about Taylor Swift being on TV.
Yeah, I could fucking take Caitlin Clark, dude. I played high school ball and I was almost all league.
And
I
blown
could
out my
absolutely-
knee?
it's like- yeah, if I hadn't blown out my knee, I would have taken us to state. Like it's all that kind of fun. It's peaked in high school motherfuckers who.
These are the same jackasses that taunt players when they storm the court too. We're talking about the same guys that we're whining about in all of these things.
Yeah.
I don't know, like when I storm the court at a Oregon basketball game, the last thing I wanted to do was encounter an opposing player. I wanted to go find the Oregon guys.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna go away. We beat you. Like, leave.
Suck it.
I will leave you alone. Just get off the court so I can
Yeah.
go celebrate. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all dumb
It's
shit.
silly. It is silly. The takes on this have been wild. From all over the place. And I just think it is a wicked overreaction. Does something need to be done? Yes. We can't have players getting hurt because fans are dumb. I think everybody can agree on that. But somehow trying to ban something that is basically unbannable is silly. And everybody comes back to, like, you know, when an NBA team wins the championship, they don't storm the court. That's not a part of the culture of professional sports. It's just not like, that's just not a thing. But also, fans used to do that in baseball. You saw, I forget who, I think it was when Hank Aaron hit his record-breaking home run. There were fans running the bases with him.
Yeah.
So, like, and yeah, you don't do that anymore, and they've gotten that out of baseball. But, like, I don't know. The whole thing's just a little nutty. And fans, get your shit together so we can all have fun like we always have. And that's what sports are supposed to be.
Again, it's like the same people who go up and like taunt a player and like fight them or whatever are the same guys who are going to complain that the 12-team playoff ruins college football. It's the same fucking dudes. Ruining shit for everyone.
Same dudes.
They
right.
need to go to Fuddruckers so they can have the plastic menus. Those
Still
kinda
ruin
guys.
that.
Shut up, Troy. Ruining Fuddruckers for everyone.
Let's move on past court storming to something that is somewhat related, and that is that NCAA football 25 is officially coming out this summer.
Torsten, get back in here.
Yeah, Torsten.
Torsten,
come back.
I scared you away with our court storming stuff, but come on back. This is your time to shine.
This is your time to shine, Mr. EA.
I am so hyped about this game. I cannot fucking wait to play.
I am tempering my excitement.
I can't.
And here's why. Torsten, I love you so much. You're a good dude. And it's not any of the development team's faults for any of this kind of shit. But I have lost so much faith in EA as like a corporation. And like any of those like AAA gaming, like they just try to fucking They just try to shit out games to make money off of them. There's no like passion in gaming, it seems like, very much anymore, right? Like you see, sorry, this is a nerd rabbit hole here, but like Baldur's Gate 3 came out and it's a fucking masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. So much so, and it came out a finished game, and it came out and it's like it kind of took the world by storm, right? And it's so much so that these AAA gaming like companies came out and made statements like, don't expect this level of quality from us, which was so disheartening in the gaming community here, right? It's like, oh yeah, we're actually, we know we're making shittier games than this. Someone is mad he has to buy a PS5. That is fucking right. You are right. So you get your shit together and put it on PC, which is like the biggest gaming market out there. Get it. Anyways, it's not the biggest gaming market. Console is way bigger, but it doesn't matter. Anyways, like hoping that EA's upper man, like the people who make the decisions on like how the game is released and stuff, I'm hoping that they are as invested as this as I know Torsten is, as I know the developer is going to be, and making this like a fucking badass game. But like I just have to, I've been so jaded. I'm so jaded in gaming from all these games that I'm so hyped about, and then they release them and they're fucking trash. And that's not exclusive to EA. That's not exclusive to all these other. It's just, I mean, like ever since Anthem, which was like supposed to be this revolutionary game, and it was garbage. I mean, the gameplay was unreal good, but like everything else about it was absolute trash. I can't get excited for releases anymore, man. I'm so jaded.
See, and I'm gonna buy the NCAA version of the PS5 bundle.
Yeah, dude. I mean, here's the thing. I'm saying all this. Still on release day, I'm probably gonna buy a console and get this game. I'm going to do it because it's something. I mean, I think NCAA, what was it, 14, was the last football game that I truly liked.
That's for sure true for me.
Because like I haven't liked Madden in a while myself, and like that's the only other football game pretty much out there. But so I'm gonna do it because I want this game to be so fucking good. I know the details modes. Putting into it is gonna be fucking sick, but
I like certain modes in the new Madden, like the superstar mode or whatever it is, the single player. The equivalent of Road to Glory, which is gonna be in NCAA 25.
I know that's what I like. Like I said, like I'm tempering my hype because I am in my heart like so excited if this is a good game.
I mean,
but I'm so fucking jaded as a gamer that I can't be excited.
Also remember that while you say that you have such this high opinion of NCAA 14, that game also used to make you very specifically super frustrated.
Yeah, no, I mean it's a sports game. It's gonna make you frustrated.
Yeah,
right.
So
no sports game is gonna ever make me as frustrated as the show.
Base of the franchises, right?
The show.
Well, it's baseball, man. That's like
that.
The most
that game pisses me off. There are two games in this world that make me that mad. It's Call of Duty.
Dude, you're
Call of Duty. Dude, I don't play it anymore, dude. I can't do it. I get so fucking mad.
Yeah.
It turns me into a person I am not. And fucking MLB The Show. I love MLB The Show. I don't like Call of Duty. Let's put that out there. I have played Call of Duty because my friends play Call of Duty. I don't like Call of Duty. But like I love the show, and I just get so fucking mad at it all the time.
It's baseball, man.
I know.
I mean, that's why you hate the show. It's because it's not fake baseball. No,
I love the show. I love the show.
That's why you're frustrated at it.
Like it's so frustrating though.
Yeah. I'm pretty pissed that I have an Xbox at this point with the way Microsoft's treating that system.
Well,
so I may be joining you guys.
Didn't they just announce recently that they're basically getting out of console making?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's insane.
They
Yeah,
did
they're
it
gonna-
first by releasing their exclusives.
Yeah,
It'll be the first.
Yeah,
wave.
so Halo's going to be on PS5 and stuff.
that's kind of sick though.
It is sick, except for me, who has an Xbox and can't get the PlayStation exclusives. So
Here's the
I
thing,
may be switching
Is
it up and getting my
maybe
PlayStation.
what should happen is that we should all just switch to PC gaming, and then we could bring NCAA to a good fucking platform, Torsten.
Yeah, my shit would rock a PS5 and
Please.
graphics. Just absolutely nuke one.
Here's the thing. I realize that I'm gonna have to spend like $500 on this NCAA game because I'm gonna buy a system just for that game.
Yep.
It better be good. Here's the thing, Torsten, that game better fucking be good. I'm gonna call you out personally all over if it's not good. I've been like DMing Torsten, like trying to get like the lowdown and the skinny. He will not tell me anything about
He
it.
won't, man.
I've been straight up being like, hey man, like, have you played it? And he's like, maybe. I'm like, just tell me, is it good? Like, is it what we want it to be? And he's like, I can't tell you that. I'm like, you can't tell me if it's good? Torsten!
Xbox is staying in the console market, but they're expanding their reach. Okay, well, that makes me feel better about owning my Xbox. But
That's
if all
good
my
because
friends have
Xbox has a cheaper
PS5s,
model, I only have to spend $200 or $300
yeah, to
for
get the
NCAA
S.
if I can get an Xbox.
Well, get an Xbox so I don't feel like I need to go buy a PlayStation, because that's going to happen if all y'all fucks are playing on PS5 and I'm over here on Xbox. See, it was always the other way around. I always was the weird one that had a PlayStation and everybody had an Xbox, so I went out and bought a fucking Xbox.
No, I've had a PlayStation since early PlayStation 3 days.
You did?
I had both.
Oh, I always do. So what happened is I had 3 Xbox 360s when they first came out. They all red ringed of death in like a week, and
And
I
you
said,
switched.
"Fuck this!" And I went to PlayStation, and I had that PlayStation for so long.
And then we both got the Destiny PS4.
I still have that. It's
Did
actually
I?
at my girlfriend's house right now because she didn't have a TV and she wanted a TV, so I gave her my TV and or PlayStation because I haven't really turned it on. But
You can enjoy super cool controllers while we play actual fun games on PlayStation. Listen,
dude, here's the thing:
I
the
am
Xbox
the
controller's
only-
coded.
the only reason I
The
bought
Elite
it,
is the
I'm a
tits.
PlayStation. I've owned PlayStations my whole life since PlayStation 1. I have been a PlayStation homer my whole life. The only reason I got an Xbox was because all these fuckers were playing on their PCs, and the only people I knew that gamed anymore or that I played anything with were on Xbox.
Here's the thing:
So it made
also,
no sense.
Xbox
but-
is way easier to game with on PC than
right,
PlayStation.
and that's the other reason that I did it, because I could actually play with you two
Yeah.
on stuff. So I understand.
Speaking of which, you should get back into
that.
Destiny. I know this is like a total rabbit hole.
I
You should
love
get back
it.
into.
30
Get back
minutes
into
of
Destiny
gaming
2.
podcast.
I play it all the time. Play it with me.
Well, this is going to be a gaming pod. As soon as NCAA, you're going to know our opinion of NCAA 25 real fucking
Yep.
quick.
Yep. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I've never wanted to go like sit. I won't do it because obviously everything's digital anymore. But if anything would get me to a store at midnight, like GameStop, to go sit outside for a game, it's this one.
Yep.
I've been waiting for this game for a decade.
I know, dude. Helldivers.
Dude, you should. It's a lot of
It
fun.
looks fun. It looks fun.
It's a lot of
looks fun.
fun. It's fully cross-platform.
Can't teach the people.
It's
Dude,
a lot of fun.
Dude, I'm deep. I'm fucking deep in Destiny. I can't change now.
Oh, damn it. Now we're talking about PS5s and I want one. And that's just not cool.
You can play Helldivers on
'Cause they're
Xbox now.
fucking
You can play Destiny on
$600.
Xbox.
I'm sure I can. I just want a PS5.
Damn, took like nothing to get him to switch back real
No,
quick.
I wanted to get a PS5 when I was looking, but the cross-platform play at the time was not good. And yeah. Anyway, and I got Game Pass for like 2 years, and it was peak COVID, so I was like, yes, we're doing the Xbox.
Dude, Game Pass is the tits, man. Here's the thing. I'm like an Xbox fan right now because it's so easy, like integrated into like PC gaming as well. So like we can
right.
We can like play together really seamlessly. And I like the people I game with the most are both on Xbox. So it's just easier.
Yeah, it's anyway.
Helldivers is not on Xbox.
No.
As a betting man, I'd say it will be. No, you can play it on your PC. You got a unit of a PC.
I do, yeah.
And just use your Xbox
PC.
controller in your.
And I can use my Xbox.
Yeah.
So this is why,
dude. The Xbox Elite controller is elite. It is the GOAT of controllers of all time. It's the best controller ever made. I have one. I have one right here. Greatest controller ever made.
Okay, well, I can spend way less money on that than a PS5. So, anyway, when you guys get your consoles to play this game, make sure it's an Xbox.
Dude, I'll be on Xbox because it's fucking. There's like that one that's like $250.
Yeah, exactly.
That Xbox,
and that you can hold one game on because games are so fucking huge.
Dude, I only need one game for it.
You only need one game.
I only need one game.
That's the way to go.
Oh, dude.
See, so you're making me feel better about my choice.
I turned on my PlayStation 4, though. I got to tell you this. Turned on my PlayStation 4, and one of Haley's, my girlfriend's, her kids loves Fortnite. So I was going through like the library to download it for him. And Destiny 1 is still on that PlayStation. And I was like, I got to boot this up, dude. I got to boot it up. I haven't done it yet, but I got to boot it up.
That game was so good.
It's so fucking good. It's still good. It's still good.
Oh, I'm
it's
sure.
still good.
So good. Man, we spent
way too much time on that.
Insane amount of time on Destiny.
I was actually talking to somebody about this, and I know this podcast has gone way off the rails.
Way off the rails.
It's okay though, because it's not college football season. We don't have as much to talk about.
This is how podcasts go these days, too, by the way.
Yeah, right?
You just find a tangent and you run with it.
Just run with it. I was talking to a guy who's really into Destiny as well. He's a friend of a friend. And I was talking about our old days in Destiny. And, like, I was like, dude, we were, like, in world first raid races. Like, we were we played that. Like, I was, like, known in the Destiny 1 community. Right, like it was like one of those things where it's like, that game I played. Yeah, still mad you didn't get Vex Mythoclast. Here's the thing, my dude, in Destiny 1, I ran the Crota raid like 150 times. I Sherpa'd people through that raid. That was my specialty. I just took people. Never once did I get Galahorn. Not one time. I watched literally tens of people get it on their first run, and I never got it. Not one time. It was so. Anyways, that's my rant. I could solo that damn raid if I wanted to at the time, but I could never get goddamn Galahorn. I'm still bitter. I also never got Vex Mythoclast either, but still haven't. I run Vault of Glass almost every week. Still haven't gotten it.
See, I always get to a point in these games we're like way down in this rabbit hole at this point. Yeah, dude. But I get to a point in these games, and you saw it with both games, that I'm like, yeah, I did that. I don't want to go do that again every week. Like, I don't need to repeat this. And then once we get to the farming and all the shit that you got to do to like keep up and
farming is less bad. So Destiny 2. In Destiny 2, farming is way like you don't have to do like the material runs and shit. Like
I know
it's better.
I just like I got to a point where I was like, and you kept running I was like, I've done this, so I'm not doing it again.
Yeah,
it's probably time to go to bed. Like
I would just be like Sherping people through, and Jamie would join for like 4 of them, and
like I can't do this anymore.
I'm done. He was my number 2.
Yeah.
Anyways,
good times.
Destiny. That was great times, man.
Great times. All right. NCAA 25 full review coming. What is it? July 12th? June 12th? July 12th. Somewhere in there.
Whenever it comes out.
Torsten's still around, he will tell us. But I know it's like 1 a.m. on the East Coast. It's brutal. Anyway, looking forward to that. In more recent, more upcoming news, Formula One is back, baby.
It's back, baby.
And Red Bull's gonna win the whole thing by like a million seconds.
I haven't watched any Drive to Survive yet.
I've watched 2 episodes. Unfortunately, it came out the day I got back from Germany, so I was jet lagged and then still jet lagged, so I fell asleep during like one of the episodes. My wife's into Drive to Survive now, though, so that's kind of cool.
That's solid.
So I don't think I'm going to finish it before the race on Saturday because the race is on Saturday. But, yeah, it's back. Max is going to win by like a trillion points.
Dude, I saw that testing where he was a second ahead of everyone.
That fucking Red Bull is a rocket ship.
Unreal.
I'm hoping they're all gaslighting us. Like they knew that the Red Bull would look fast, so they were doing other testing and weren't going full out.
Yeah,
and then
they were like, we're just testing. We're testing grip. We're testing tire grain and grip right now.
Yeah, we get to Bahrain and Max is like a midfield driver out of nowhere.
Don't do this to me, Jamie. Don't do this to me.
That's
not going to happen.
I mean, that's why you can't base the season off of testing. Because no one's testing the same stuff, and you don't really know. And a lot of people like will hide what their cars can do. They'll turn them down.
Well, no, and
what if Red Bull's turn theirs down?
Well, it's funny.
Yeah, well, Logan had the fastest lap in F1 for the season.
I said that
for one lap.
Was he the first one on the track?
He was.
Yep.
He was. First one out, America on top, baby.
Did I send you that, Cameron?
Back-to-back World War champs.
Yeah, on TikTok or whatever. Oh, so good.
It'll be interesting because like there's like I've been watching a few interviews and there's a school of thought of a driver's not going to win 19 and then not win, less than 12 again. Like they're just so dominant because they're so like in tune. But with how much improvement we saw across the field, like Aston Martin's gonna be up there again more consistently.
We saw
McLaren's crushing it. Lando's like the top 3 or top 4 favorite to win this season. Mercedes is starting over with their car, complete redesign, because their car the last 2 years has sucked. And Toto promised Lewis that they'd get a new one, and then Lewis is not going to be with Mercedes.
Lewis is like, great.
Oh, yeah, we haven't done a podcast since all of the. So silly season in F1 is usually reserved for the month of July when they're on their summer break.
Yep.
And it decided to show up in February this year.
Love that for us.
All these guys. So we knew it was going to be nuts, right? And so Cameron, correct me if I'm wrong in any of this, but like more than half the grid's contracts were up at the end of the year, and pretty much every major driver not named Max Verstappen had a contract expiring at the end of this season. So we knew it was going to be nuts, but I didn't think it would be this nuts. Like Lando signed his contract, then Charles signed his contract, and then the bombshell that took the world by storm with Lewis signing with Ferrari.
I still can't believe that, man. I thought he was a lifer at Mercedes.
I mean, he always sounded like he was, but they must have pissed him off.
Yeah.
With something.
That or, I mean, with how last year went, where it seemed like he just stopped getting support from the team and the car was shit. I don't think he believes that they can turn it around in a year. Based on what he's seen at the factory too. Like he's been in the testing and in the sim and seeing what they're doing. So he's got to just be like, this is not going to be, I'm not winning another championship here. To be fair, he gave him a lot. So
yeah, I think the one thing that really caught me off guard and showed the cracks starting to form there was when he got second. Was that last year or the year before?
He got second last year, right?
Yeah.
but when nobody from his team was there.
Yeah.
Like he got out of the car and usually you celebrate with your team and everything. Nobody was there. That's when I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. So it'll be. I think Sergio's going to go to Mercedes. There's been a lot of pictures and
Not
insinuations
signs.
with. I think Checo's going to go. He and Toto have a pretty good relationship, and it's just. I mean, we won't know.
That would make sense. They have their young driver and George.
Mm-hmm. And Checo. Yeah. I mean, he's a. I don't know. He's not a great driver. He's a good driver. For what he was unable to do in the Red Bull last year was not great, but
I would think they'd want Carlos Sainz before they want Checo.
yeah, I don't know.
So I think Sainz is a better driver.
Yeah,
we're also a little jaded because Sergio's being compared to Max, which is like totally unfair on some level. But
plus, if Sergio goes to Mercedes, then DR3 can race number 2 at RB or at ORB.
I think that's pretty much that one, based on everything I've seen in Drive to Survive, which I don't want to ruin anything for Eli, but that one Red Bull AlphaTauri episode that they had, I think Christian wants Daniel back in the Red Bull.
Well, I think Christian wants Liam Lawson on the grid as well. And that's how
Christian
you get it.
May no longer be a part of Red Bull, and this may not be a factor.
Yeah. I mean, I would not be surprised
silly season.
if like Liam Lawson has to get a spot on the grid next year, like in 2025. He was so good for a rookie, and I think it's just like I kind of see why they kept Yuki, but I don't know. Liam Lawson's just I mean I do. I don't know. I've never driven an F1 car, so I don't know what I'm talking about, but I think Liam Lawson needs to get on the grid in whatever place is available. Be cool to see him at Mercedes or something, but I think he's going to end up at AlphaTauri when this all shakes out. Or at Visa, Cash App, Red Bull.
Racing Bulls, not Red
Racing
Bull.
Bulls, that's right.
Racing
Visa,
Bulls.
Cash App, Racing Bulls.
What's the other one? Kick Slack.
Oh, yeah, Kick Sauber.
Kick Sauber.
Yeah, they're just grabbing as much money as they can before Audi is like, all right, enough of that nonsense.
I know, but they need to bring it back as Force India because that's a way cooler name.
Also, the Alpine livery this year is absolute garbage. Thing sucks.
Dude, a lot of the liveries are like, man. Actually, the Kick Sauber is fucking
I
sick.
like that one.
That's
Well,
fucking
of course
sick
we do.
livery.
Of course we do.
The Racing Bulls looks like a
green.
Yeah, the Racing Bulls looks like a Red Bull can.
Does it really? I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, but no, the Kick Sauber one's cool because it's like an actual splash of color that's not red, blue, black, or carbon.
Carbon.
Yeah, too much carbon.
Fucking carbon, man. I also think this is going to be a weird. We're on some weird tangents. We're just talking about fucking F1 liveries right now, but like the Williams one. That's one of the few cars that uses a bunch of color throughout it, and it's dark blue. It's like, you guys know that everybody's going dark. Use your light blue color. It looks so much better.
Williams should go back to just doing a Martini racing livery every single time, because that's just classic.
They also do have the best sponsorship part of their livery in the field by far, with the Duracell battery.
That's really with the intake,
on that top intake.
That's beautiful. That's fucking beautiful.
So good. It's so good.
Haas should go back to Rich Energy because that black and gold was sick.
Haas. That black and gold car was sick.
But really, what they need to do is finish 10th the next 2 years, and Gene Haas sell it to Mario Andretti, and then America's actually on the grid. Because I don't buy this bullshit that Haas is America's team. They're based in Italy.
That is 1,000,000% what needs to happen. Oh, that Kick Sauber livery.
The Kick Sauber
is so cool.
It's Kick Steak Sauber.
Oh yeah, because it's steak like on like gambling.
Yeah. Gotta love it. I'm excited for F1 though. I might watch an episode tonight before I go to bed.
I am very excited to just get back on track. Like all the drama shit. Like, I don't know what's going to happen with this Christian Horner stuff. I don't really know what to make of it. I haven't done a lot of research. Cameron, chime in if you have. It seems like a lot of smoke and not a lot of fire to me. And of course, you got Toto out there saying like this needs to be super stringent. Blah blah blah. It's like, well, you just don't want to see Christian anymore. So I don't think much is going to come out of that. I'm just ready to get into racing because
man,
off-season nonsense is just that.
Yep.
So bold predictions. Max is going to win the championship, so let's not go there. But Cameron, give me a bold F1 prediction for this season.
Lando wins. He wins
the championship.
He wins the championship.
Wow, that is bold.
Daniel Ricciardo.
Layup
no,
Max is gonna win it.
No, Daniel Ricciardo gets 5 podiums and 1 win from the Racing Bulls.
Fuck, these are very bold.
Where's his win?
I didn't watch a lot of testing, so I don't know where it's at or where they're strongest. But if I had to guess, I'm gonna say Australia. I'm gonna give him Australia his let's get him his first win in a while.
Wild.
Yeah, in Australia, make it mean something.
So is Oscar going to come in second, just like an Aussie lockout in the front row?
Yep, and for some reason, Liam Lawson's driving in reserve for Yuki, so they get someone from New Zealand to take the third step. We're just going to Oceania 1, 2, 3, baby.
Oceania.
All right, that's Cameron's wild takes. Eli, do you have some more reasonable?
I mean, mine feels kind of lame. I was going to say Max Verstappen wins, but Aston Martin wins the constructors.
That's pretty wild.
I like that.
You know, their second driver is still Lance Stroll, right?
No, not Aston Martin. McLaren. Sorry, McLaren.
Okay, less wild.
McLaren wins constructor.
Yeah, for Aston Martin to win the constructors, Fernando's going to have to take second or win a handful to pull them up by their kicking and screaming.
I see McLaren going like both cars going top 4 a lot.
I think that's realistic.
But they did it the last half of the season last year. So there's no reason to think they won't. The McLaren story last year was one of my favorite things of F1.
Mm-hmm.
I fucking loved it. I don't think I can pick anybody but Max to win the drivers' championship, but I don't think he gets any more than 12 race wins this year. Okay. So we're gonna have a lot more parity, quote unquote, at the top. A lot more guys winning. Lando's going to get his first win for sure, and probably several, as Cameron said. And I think I agree. McLaren's going to win the constructors, and I think Ferrari's going to come in third. Mercedes is going to be struggling.
I think so too.
For the next minute.
Like realistically, Mercedes is going to lose to McLaren in the constructors. McLaren might not win, but Mercedes is going to lose to them based on what we saw last year.
Yeah, they're the 4th best car.
Yeah.
Okay, over under 6.5. George Pitos.
Can we copyright that term and make a shirt, please?
George Pitos, yes. I think that's a good number. I think 6.5. I think that's a solid line.
So are we counting like a third of the races?
A third of the races.
No, that's only that's a quarter. But are we saying George Pitos are like Coda when he cut the corner, or like that race last year where he just like hit the wall and went straight into the wall through the corner?
I think both.
Both? Okay, so just like unreasonable, just nosedives into someone or something.
Yes.
Over.
Yeah.
Over.
Confident
Thank
over.
you.
hesitation.
Over. I did, and he doesn't have to be out of the race or is that, are you gonna put that on there like he has to retire?
No, because he's George Peto'd and still staying in races.
Oh yeah,
so.
set that shit at 11.5, bud. This man's going over.
I'm gonna say over.
I'm gonna make a summer break
montage.
montage with his first 16 of them.
I'm gonna say over.
Under
also.
1/2 Stroll podiums.
Over.
You think he podiums?
Yes. There's going to be enough
Yeah,
fighting
I'll
up
say-
top, and
I'll
that
say-
car's going to be
I'll say
fast
over.
enough. He's going to get there. It's going
I'll
to
say
be like
over.
some of those races where a couple years ago when Lewis and Max took each other out and opened it up. I mean, that's how Daniel won at Monza.
I think
Yeah.
that's gonna happen a lot. Like Max is gonna crash or something a lot more this year because he's gonna have to be more aggressive Max that we know because he's actually gonna be racing people,
Yeah.
not the clock.
Yeah. Okay. Over under 22.5. Haas finishing with only one driver.
Under.
One or less
20
drivers.
There's 23 races, right?
There's 24
24
races
You're saying 2 races.
where they finish both drivers.
Ooh, man, that's
What is it?
brutal.
Hulkenberg and Magnussen, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Only because I really want Gene Haas to sell the team. Over. They're going 24 races, one driver finish.
Ooh, brutal.
I'm gonna say under just because statistically, I
Yeah.
think that makes more sense.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I think off the top of my head, they got 6 of them last year. They finished 19
Yeah.
and 20, but they got 6.
Right.
Yeah.
What else
All
you
right.
got?
Do you think there are okay? Let's go with another one here. Let me check something real quick. I've got an idea. One second. Sorry, my internet's being a little bit weird.
All right, so we got our top 4. Cameron, who's going to be 5th in the constructors?
Aston Martin.
I guess that's probably a layup. So
It's either-
now we're in the true midfield, upper midfield. So you got Alpine, Williams,
Sauber.
Visa, Cash App, Sauber, and Haas. Out of that pack, who's coming out? I think Williams is going to pass Alpine.
Mm-hmm. I think Racing Bulls, Kick Sauber and Williams could have a nice battle, and then Alpine Haas.
All right, I got my next one.
Yep, I agree with that.
1.5 over under. 1.5 Logan Sargent points.
Over.
He got 1 last year.
Over.
You think he improves?
Over. He asked you if he wants to keep his seat.
And
Okay.
I think he will. And I think that Williams car, from what I've heard and seen, is fast.
I think he
Yeah.
he did a little growing up and need to get used to it, but I think 5 points. for
Okay.
him.
I think I know the answer to this for Cameron already, based on previous. But over under 100 points for Danny Rick. That would put him
Ooh,
last year for
100.
reference. That would put him last year at 9th. Above 3 points above Oscar Piastri. And fucking a lot of points, or 75 points behind George Russell.
Realistically, I think under.
You had him at 5 podiums and a win.
Yeah, I mean,
Gets you there, bud.
even in
That gets you there.
yeah, I mean that was my bold prediction. This is an over under. This is different. The bold prediction was like plus 3,000 odds. This is like plus 115. So I'm gonna take this
Fair.
one a little closer.
I'm going to say under.
It's got to be 100 and a half. So I'll say
100 and a half.
It's 100.
Yeah.
I think he's capable. I'm wondering what that car will do.
Because I mean, how many races did he participate last year? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 races last year, and he got 6 points
in an underwhelming car.
So car's better,
supposedly.
Theoretically, and he's theoretically racing all races.
I mean, that was more points than Nick DeVries got in 10 races. Liam Lawson got a handful.
It was 6 times the amount of points Logan Sargent got, and he raced in every single one of them.
This is true.
I'm still saying under
100.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do think he podiums twice, but it's got to be tracks that just suit them.
Yeah.
Anyway, F1's back. I'm stoked. Do you have any more?
No, I'm done.
I'm stoked. It's going to be fun. I'm just more competitive. That's all I'm looking for. I don't need to Max winning by 45 fucking seconds.
Yeah, that sucked.
And now there's a lot of stuff in F1 I still watched, and the midfield stuff's great, but watching a battle at the top every now and then's not. I don't think that's too much to ask for.
No.
Anyway, it's been a long time. So Eli, you're going to do the buzzer beater. Listener, viewer, thank you for tuning in. We love you guys. It's been a while. We'll be back. Probably not every week here, just because it's not college football season. So we'll sprinkle a few episodes in as we have stuff to talk about. It is F1 season, so we're going to have that to discuss. So we'll be back on a more regular basis, and then we'll start getting into our college football prep before you know it, because I can't wait. It's college football. Thanks for tuning in. We love you guys. Zeta June, thank you for letting us use your music in the outro. Cameron, thank you for all you do always for the show. Say bye, Cameron.
Bye, Cameron.
Until next time, Eli, take us away.
My buzzer beater is something. I'm not stalling right now to think of something. That's definitely for sure.
Definitely not what's happening.
Sure. Definitely not what's happening. My buzzer beater is Torsten. You better get that fucking game right.
Deuces.